Ooh, look what we've got here. We've got a red line emergency squad, rescue squad. Depends on who you ask. This truck was based on the series from the 70s. I think it was called Rescue Squad. No, it was called Emergency. And John and his partner, they used to drive a truck just like this, only it wasn't number 50, as you can see back here. This is number 50. It was number 51. So today we're going to do a restoration on this. The only difference is we're going to use bearing style wheels instead of axle style wheels like these, because that's what I got. I got some bearing axles I'm going to put on here, and we're going to put some bearing wheels on those axles, and we just might go hog wild and put a metal base on. I have a metal base from an actual rescue squad truck, but it's a newer one. It's one of these. This is a plastic body, and the interior and the windshield is different. The interior actually is part of the back, whereas on this one it's not. Let's have a look at it real quick. Here's the base. And you see we have actual not real riders, I have red lines on there. The chrome is wore off the base, so we're going to have to Molotow that. We'll soak it in super clean and put some Molotow ink on it, and we'll spray it on there and make it look like $1,000,000. But if we're going with the metal base, let's look at the car itself. Okay, you've got the interior, which snaps here and here to hold it in. So you're going to have to pop those off so that you can get the interior out. And here you have the windshield, which is not in too bad a shape. It's kind of scratched, but it's not in too bad a shape. I was thinking more along the lines of going with a blue myself, because I have a blue one that's in pretty good shape. I also have another dark one that I've recently restored. It's out of a different vehicle. Not sure if it was a van or a wrecker or what, but the windshield was scratched up, and I sanded it, buffed it, and put some floor shine on it, and it looks really good. So I'm either going to go with the blue one or that one. This one is okay. It's not in terrible shape. It can be restored. Okay, we'll go back to the base. Okay, you saw back there the interior is part of the windshield. See? On the new one, the interior is part of the back. And this is the back off the old one. You have your hose reels and your tanks and your lights on the back part. That just fits right in there. And the interior snaps in and holds this in. That's what holds all that in place. There's nothing else. Now here's the metal base, and here's the actual truck. The posts line up. The back lines up. The only difference is on the old back, this back was meant for the wrecker. You see right here is the bumper, the wrecker, and the bumper is mainly for the super van. And I'll show you the super van right here. Here's the super van, and the base would fit on there just like that and become the bumper of the super van, just like that. Okay, but now on this one, when you put this base on there, the back floats on the post in the back, so there's not really much support back here. It's just a post holding it up. So if you grind that post off like I did right there, there's nothing to hold it in place, at the right height. So you're the only thing holding it's going to be right along the pipes right here. So I think my better option, and I like this option because it's a metal base. Everybody loves a metal base, right? Is to put this on there. Now the only changes I made to this metal base to make it fit were on the plastic ones. It has a wider opening in the front right there, and believe it or not, straight out of the truck, it actually fits the super van perfect, the front of it. But on these, as you can see, you have more meat in the front right there. So what you have to do is to file the sides of the grill down, and you can't even tell. See? Sometimes you might have to file the top down to get the right height. Then you have the base back here where it sits on the bumper. I did do a little shaving right there. You don't have to, but I wanted it to sit on top, you know, submerged down on that bump so it didn't stick up. So I ground that down a little bit. And I also ground off some little bumps like right in here. They came up to a point like that, and I ground them off flat because that's what the original has, is they're ground off flat. It really wasn't in the way that much, but it was enough that I could notice it, so I took them off. So now it fits perfect. You can just put screws right into the post, and it'll set on the back of the truck and on the front of the truck, and it's good and solid. Now the only other thing you have to do is, this does have the 3 pins to hold your tires in. You can set your tire axle in there and then push them down. I try to save them whenever I can, but a lot of times they break off when you go to put them back. So I do add a little bit of super glue after I try to get them sitting, you know, pressed down on the axles. And that way you need that because there's nothing else holding the axles down. So, you know, just to show you, I'll use these wheels here. The axle would sit in there like that, and without a crimp holding it down, it would just float back up and come right off. See what I'm saying? It just come right off like that. With the crimp, it'll hold it down, or super glue. So I think I'm going to go with this base, but I'm going to keep the other base because I can use it on, like I said, super vans, tow trucks, backwoods bombs. You can use it on the rescue squad. You can use it on the forestry truck. And I'm going to go ahead and dip this body in the citrus strip and get it cleaned up and painted and get ready for decals. I've got some decals on the way from Second Chance Redlines. Vince over there at Second Chance Redlines, he does some great work. If you ever have any problems, he will hook you up. Also, you need to check him out because he started carrying wheels. He now carries the bearing style axles, and he carries the bearing style redline wheels and the bearing style black wall. I've never seen a bearing style black wall, but if you need black walls, they look just like a redline wheel. You know, the bearing style, like those in the case there. They look just like that, only without the red line. So go check out Second Chance Redlines. You can look him up on eBay, or better yet, go straight to the website, secondchanceredlines.com, and you can save a lot of money. And by the way, this is not sponsored, at least not yet. Now let's go dip this in the citrus strip, and we'll get the windshield cleaned up. Well, we already got one cleaned up, so we don't have to worry about that, but we'll clean up the back end, this part, and we'll get a set of wheels going for the base. So let me go do that. Alright, I'm back from stripper. I went ahead and stripped it with some citrus strip. That's good stuff right here. You can get it at Walmart. I went ahead and took the wire wheel to it and got it all nice and cleaned up. Now she's ready for paint. I usually prime these, but I haven't been liking the results I've been getting lately, so I'm going to go ahead and skip prime and go straight to laying the base paint on there and see how it turns out. And after we do that, then we'll be ready for the decals. I'll give you a look-see after I get the paint laid down. So we'll be back in a few. Alright, we got our truck back from paint. It's not dry yet, but I wanted to show you. It's looking pretty good. That's just a couple of quick coats of paint, nothing too heavy. I like it. It covered pretty good right out the bat, but I, you know, laid another coat on it just to make sure it didn't dry. Funny, because you know you got to recoat these within like 20 minutes, or you have to wait 24 48 hours in sand. And if you know anything about these little cars, they are a pain to sand. Anyway, it's looking good. We're gonna let it dry. We're in no hurry. We don't have the decals yet. It'll take a few days for them to get here, but we're gonna go ahead and I'll probably since I've got it out, dip this in Pledge Floor Shine, make it look brand new, which it don't look bad right now, but it's got a few scuffs on it, like right there. So we'll dip it into Pledge Floor Shine, It'll take care of some of these here scratches on the beep boops there, the sirens, flashers. I tried to polish one of these one day, and they don't like to polish it. It's a softer plastic, so I don't mess with them if I can help it. Anyway, I'll get to putting them wheels on the base, and we'll be back. Alright, I just wanted to show you the base to the rescue truck, the emergency truck. I put some deep dish wheels I had on here. These are axles that I got from John over to the Redline shop. He had a special deal on them, and I bought some. But I had to super glue them in because the metal crimps didn't, I don't know, the axle just seemed smaller for some reason. But anyway, I had to cut these axles and crimp the ends to make them fit, and then I popped the wheels on. These are bearing style wheels, and they are deep dish, and they are red lines. So that's what we got with that right there. I also wanted to show you the windshield. This is the blue windshield I was telling you about. Doesn't look like it's fitting right now. It's because I took the base off of it. But anyway, it's in there now. Let's see if I can get it lined up again. There's a little slot up in the top that windshield has to set in. And once it's setting in there like that, now I dipped this in the pledge floor shine. You can still see the scratch up there at the top, but that's alright. I like the blue better than the dark windshield. You can see right here what I was talking about. These here clip through the base to hold it in place, and there's the rear interior piece, I guess you'd call it. It has the hoses and the rescue lights in it right there, and it looks like it might have shifted a little bit. I'm going to have to make an adjustment there, but there, yeah, it's looking good. Paint's looking good. I did dip the blue interior parts in the pledge floor shine. Made them look good, brand new. But I got some decals on the way for some other projects as well, so hopefully everything will show up and we will be able to get these completed for you and you can enjoy. So stay tuned. Alright, we're back with the rescue truck. I think Mattel calls this the rescue truck, but I think the decal guy calls it the emergency truck. Either way, it's the emergency unit, and we're going to go with that. This is the we got decals on it. Finally got them in from Second Chance Red Lines. Make sure you check them out. They're laser printed and they work really well. And check them out at Second Chance Red Lines. Also, we polished and cleaned up this windshield. This doesn't really go in there, but we're going to put it in there because I like the blue better than the dark. So, but before we put the windshield in, we have to put the tanks and the hoses in the back. And just so you know, I dipped this in the pledge floor shine to make it look brand new. And then here's the windshield. The windshield sits in here. You got to make sure you get it in that groove along the front edge. Right in there, you see that groove down in there? I'm going to take the screwdriver and push the windshield down. It's going to be a pain. Let me unsnap it. There. There, see it's in the groove. It's out there now. You have to make sure that once you get it in that groove right up there on the top, that you snap these two posts right here down like that. They have to go through the base, through the interior and snap down. That holds this blue piece in, and it holds the windshield in, because there's nothing on the base that holds it in. Then we go in with the metal base. Remember I showed you the metal base in lieu of the plastic one that needs to be re-chromed. We got some red line wheels on here. These are deep dish, and I just used some bearing axles that I also got from, I think I got these actually through the red line shop. from John over at the Red Line shop. I don't think he sells them anymore. But anyway, I just glued the axles in and made adjustments, crimping the ends of them to make sure that the bearing stayed on. And then I snapped the new wheels on. If I want to later, I can go back to the plastic base with the old wheels. But I didn't have a set of large wheels to go in the front, so I put mediums. I think it looks just as nice. So we're going to go with that. It should have large in the front and large in the back. Like I said, I have large and standard wheels, not deep dish, but I don't have a set of 4 in either. So that's why I put deep dish on this one and went with the mediums in the front and the large in the back. I'm not going to do any detailing to the metal base because this is a restoration kind of, so we're going with that. And again, I got the metal base from the newer rescue trucks like this one that you can buy at Walmart right now for 94 cents. And there you have it. Hot Wheels rescue truck or emergency unit, whichever one you want to call it. I think it turned out fantastic. Every time I do one of these, it just makes me feel good, makes me feel nostalgic, makes me go back in time to when I was younger. And I just feel like everybody should do this because it's great therapy. It really is great therapy. Once you see the end product, it just excites you, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, how about hit that thumbs up button for me? And don't forget to subscribe. So many who watch these videos are not subscribed. And I don't know why. It's free. All you got to do is hit that button and ring that bell for notifications, and you'll be alerted every time I post a video like this one. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have an absolute wonderful day.